You're listening to the OMG Hour.
Hello, welcome to the OMG Hour. It's episode number 330, and this week we're your obscure mechanized gimmicks, and I'm Sean Evans, otherwise known as Zion Tane.
And I'm Tico, Mr. Second Place.
Oh, you ruined it.
Not doing a funny voice.
No, you've totally ruined it. All right, so we missed last week. Apologize. Tico will apologize profusely because he was being attacked by moose. He had a moose infestation.
Yeah, they actually chewed through my power lines. Which moose are known to do.
They are known to do that. Yep, absolutely.
And the city did not get the moose wranglers down here fast enough for us to record a show.
Well, you need to get on the city. Make sure that doesn't happen again. You got to keep those moose away.
Yeah.
The moosies. The mises?
Meese.
Keep the mises away?
Moose. I think it's just moose. Like it's the plural of moose is moose.
Mises.
No, it's moose.
I know.
Just like
I know what it is.
A group of moose.
Then why is it goose and geese? Why is it not moose and meese?
Because of the language that we are working with. Called English. That's why.
Yeah, English, weird language. So, of course, E3 is this week, so we figured let's do kind of a 2 shows in one. So this episode will cover last week that we missed because of the moose infestation, and this week as well because E3. It's like gamers' Christmas.
Yeah, we still have some stuff from last week that'll go into next week, so it'll be like
we've got
Hanukkah. It'll be like Gamers Hanukkah because you get multiple days of all of this.
That's right.
As opposed to
So, I am trying to bring up I want to bring up the chat while we're playing live here, but for some reason our channel is not showing the live episode. I don't know why. I'll keep looking for it. I don't know why it's not showing, but we're going to start with television talk.
Yes, this is
first, and we'll get
18 years ago we watched these things.
Right, we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll just jump right into our E3 stuff. So, yes. Tico, while I'm trying to get our chat up here, why don't you start us off with your television stuff?
All right, so I watched a couple of new shows, both horror-based. Nosferatu, NOS4A2, sort of license plate spelling on Nosferatu, which is obviously
such a weird spelling for anything.
So this is a new show, I believe, on Hulu, which is based off of a book by Joe Hill. Joe Hill is the son of Stephen King.
Now, is this a new book? This is a new book, I believe, right? Because I just saw it. I went to the mall last night and happened to see it on the shelf.
Well, no, it's on the shelf because the TV show just started. So it's probably about 3 or 4 years old. It is a modern telling of a vampire story. This is the TV adaptation of it. I'm an episode in so far. I will say it starts dry, very dry. I'm not sure what's going on. It's a little odd to start off with. But I'm gonna stick with it and see where it goes. If it pulls me in, the back half of the first episode was better than the front half. It was left very, very curious as to what was going on with the thing. Spock plays one of the main vampires.
Spock?
The new Spock.
Oh, really?
Zachary Quinto.
Oh, well, I like him.
Yes, I did. He's in because he starts off old decrepit vampire, and he kidnaps this young boy, and they're driving to where he says it's Christmas land, and the boy starts turning more into a vampire as they're driving along, and he's talking to him, and he's getting younger, and so it wasn't until the end of the show that I realized it was him, because he then finally had gained back his youthfulness and so
interesting.
It was an odd show, to say the least, at the beginning. I'm gonna play through a few more episodes and see how it goes, but might be okay. I'm a fan of Joe Hill's work. I've read Lock and Key, the comic Lock and Key that he's done as well, which is also getting I believe a Netflix adaptation.
And it has a board game which I have. Or
yes.
Didn't I give it to you?
No, I got my own copy. because you didn't hand it to me. I said, "Hey, Sean, can I have this?" And you said no, and you smacked my hand and told me to get out.
Right, I remember that very deliberately. Yeah, and then I kicked you out. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
how dare you even ask?
I know that's also Joe Hill's work, the comic or graphic novel, if you would, and that is getting a television adaptation. So I'm going to watch this through and see how it goes. I'm a fan of that family's work.
Good.
So, and then I watched another show. I'm actually 2 episodes into the new Swamps Thing.
Well, let me tell you something. You should get really invested in that show.
I know. I bought a poster. I've got the T-shirt. Lunchbox, and I think halfway through my first watch of the show, it got canceled. It was 1 episode in,
and they canceled it.
They've canceled it. Now I believe they've canceled this, and the reason why I think that they've canceled this is because they can't afford it. There's too many streaming services out there. This is made for the DC streaming services, and if they let it run, and people loved it, it's very hard for them to say, and it's done now. But if they cancel it after 1 episode and people love it, it's like, well, it's already canceled. What are you going to do? And I think that's why they canceled it early before it got, because the first episode, I think the average rating was like an 8 point something.
Yeah, but here's the thing: you cancel something that quickly. There are many people who are not even going to bother watching.
No, and that's what I think that's what they want. They don't want people to bother watching.
Oh my gosh, seriously.
They don't want, because if it gets good ratings now, then they'll be vilified for people who canceled Firefly and stuff like that. They don't want to be that. They wanted to.
You know what? This DC Universe thing was just a bad idea from day one. It was not a good choice. This
of the DC shows so far, Titans and Doom Patrol, and this is the best one by far.
Really? Yeah.
I'm loving the first couple episodes. It is so well done. It is done by James Wan, who did The Conjuring and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
And it is done as a horror. Like he's built it out as a horror series, and it is so well done. In my opinion, the first couple episodes are it's creepy. It's well done. Like the effects are good. This is the one that should have stayed. The other 2 could have gone.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 2 episodes in. I've seen the Swamp Thing now, and he fought a guy, and he had like the whole thing where he gets the vines to grab him, literally ripped the guy apart. It was
nice.
A very violent scene for television, and it has a great creepy vibe to it. You can tell that it has some horror pedigree behind it in James Wan, because it's not being done in that cheesy way that you'd expect to sort of sometimes see horror done on television. It is being done well.
Well, speaking of being done well and being a bit gory, Dorothy and I picked up, because it's summertime, there's not much going on right now, so we started watching Nightfall on Netflix. And Netflix has season 1, and then I've since watched also season 2. We just, literally within a week, Dorothy and I took a week, and we just... Every night we watched 2 or 3, maybe even 4 episodes. We binged Nightfall season 1 and season 2. What a great show! It tells the story of the end days of the Knights Templar. And as I'm watching it, I could not, as a huge Assassin's Creed fan, I could not help but feel like this is like the other side of the assassin story.
This is the Templar.
This is the Templar story. It's like I couldn't help but think, "Wow, where are the assassins?" But so well done. Love the acting. It's and it is based on history too. Like they're taking the History Channel. They're taking liberties, but it is still the History Channel that's producing it.
Less dragons.
Less dragons. Yeah. So well done. Season 2 has Mark Hamill in it, which cool. I love that Mark Hamill's in it, but it's a little off-putting because he's got that sort of he puts on that gruff voice, which almost sounds like the Joker. So it's like, why are you using the Joker's voice for this Templar guy? It's so weird.
It is hard sometimes when you have somebody whose voice that is so recognizable doing a show like this.
Yes.
Like the voice or the actor is so recognizable, it's like you can't separate them from their previous works.
Well, not only that, but it's because he does voice acting, and it's his voice that not his personage. You know what I mean? So you're seeing Mark Hamill, who we just saw in The Last Jedi, and it was used as normal voice as Luke, but in Nightfall, he sounds like the Joker, and it is so bizarre. So bizarre.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's Nightfall. And then we started watching Designated Survivor Season 3, which just released on Netflix.
Netflix. Yeah. So the Netflix we picked up that series, probably from Fox. I can't remember who had it originally, but I think it was Fox.
I think you're frozen, Tico.
I'm frozen. I can hear you though, so
yes,
maybe people can hear me.
Yeah, they can.
I can still hear you, but your video is a bit frozen here. But you know what? The audio listeners don't care. So
they probably don't.
They probably don't. So that's all the TV. Really, there's not a whole lot going on in the TV world right now.
Of course, it's summertime. A lot of things ending. Master Chef just started, so Dorothy and I are watching that, which we really enjoy.
Tico, are you still there?
Oh yes, no, I'm still here.
Okay, good.
To your wonderful Master Chef story.
Because I cannot tell if you're still here now.
I am. I don't know why it's frozen on my end here too, so I can't really see anything. So we'll continue to assume that
we'll have to
go hear me.
You know, kind of harkens back to the day when we had no video, and I had, back then we didn't even know if you were still listening. So we got to think back.
I wasn't back then. But
I know you weren't. I know you actually weren't. All right, you know what? We're going to jump right in, and we're going to talk about E3. Because, of course, this is the biggest week for gamers. I love E3. I love sitting down and watching all the press conferences. Now, before E3 started, Google Stadia had a little bit of almost like I don't know how to put it, like a Nintendo Direct type thing. Yeah, where they just talked about basically their subscription model. And they also announced when it's coming. So it's coming in September. They're going to have Stadia Base, which will come next year, and that'll be free. So anyone you can just log in, create an account, and Stadia Base free to use, but you only play games. You don't get 4K, right? Yeah. You can stream the games in 1080. And I'm not sure if you're going to have free games to play if you don't pay anything. It sounds like maybe Stadia Base, you would then purchase games to play. But essentially what that means is your quote-unquote console is free, right? You don't pay for a console in order to play the games.
That's pretty good. Yeah, if you have a Chromecast or any of those sort of devices, you really just need to find yourself a controller.
A controller, yeah, exactly. You buy a controller, you create an account, and you're good to go. Other than that, I believe it's going to be in Canadian, is it $15 a month for Stadia Pro? Which gives you 4K gaming. It gives you a library of games, plus you can also buy games at a discount. And they're also offering for $130 American or $170 Canadian, which I think is quite high. They're offering the Stadia Pro.
It's like a starter kit.
Starter kit I can't remember how they're calling it now. I had it the other day in my mind, but it's basically you get the Founders package. You get the Founders deal, and that gives you a controller. I think a special controller. It's a blue controller. You get a Google Chromecast Pro or Chromecast Ultra, which I think retails for about $130. So that's actually not a bad deal. The controller is going to retail for about $80. Plus, you get early access to Stadia, and you get to choose your username ahead of everyone else.
Well, you got to get that, because otherwise, everybody's running there and
grabbing everyone's going to run and buy Xiantane, exactly. So yeah, that's similar to buying it's a lot cheaper than buying a console, $170. But when I looked up what you're getting, even the controller and the Chromecast Ultra together is actually more expensive than that package. So it's not a bad deal if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
So that that came out. There'll be more about Stadia later as we get through E3. Also, before E3 came out, Bethesda wanted to get ahead of the game and basically say, don't expect any Elder Scrolls 6 or Starfield news at our press conference because it's not going to happen.
Yeah, jerks.
Right? They just they came out and said that. It's not going to happen.
They had that mobile stuff to hold us over.
Oh my gosh, right? And we'll talk about that later. But
Okay,
yeah, they wanted to make sure we went into the Bethesda conference not expecting those two titles because they had no intention of talking about them.
Prepare to be disappointed.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what they said.
So Saturday,
Yes. The
Microsoft.
day technically before E3.
No,
sort of.
2 days before because it's E3 starts
yeah.
Monday.
Oh, right. No, so Saturday was, we're talking, Saturday was EA.
So you're right. Sunday was Microsoft, of course.
Yeah,
EA.
Saturday EA Play was on Saturday.
Yeah, and other than Star Wars, what
They had some sports stuff.
they had
I'll
FIFA,
be honest with you,
Madden.
Yeah.
The biggest one really was Star Wars, the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which looks absolutely incredible.
I want that game. The day after my birthday, I demand that game.
All right, tell everyone you want it for your birthday.
I would like that for my birthday.
But this game looks... Now, they actually showed at EA Play on Saturday, they showed a full 15 minutes of actual gameplay, not just...
in-game play.
Yeah, it's not a trailer. They had someone live playing the game.
Yeah.
And it still
so much
said...
fun.
It looks incredible, but they also said this is still alpha.
Yeah.
You know, if this is alpha and it's not even polished yet, this game is going to be gorgeous. Like, I cannot wait to play this. And it really looks like they've really kind of made you feel like you're a Jedi.
It to me, like, it feels like a very polished and improved version of Force Unleashed.
Yes, I agree, but with much more powers, I think.
Sorry, say that again?
Much more powers. I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, yeah, like it's they took that and that was their sort of jumping off point. It felt like. I was really happy to see this. This is a day one birthday gift for me.
Oh, this is a day one for me as well, and I love how Saw Gerrera is in it. You know, Forrest Whitaker's character from both Rebels. And actually, he was in Rebels. I believe he also appeared in Clone Wars. And then, he was in Rogue One.
Yes.
So they're carrying this over.
This is canon, too.
And this is great. So this story and these characters are all canon now. In fact, they went so far to say that the main character may appear in other works.
Ooh, interesting.
It's like, interesting. So
that guy shows up in the new movie?
Well, maybe. I mean, this is years before. This is, 30... No, this is 40 years before The Force Awakens.
It's not like they haven't had old guys before.
So, well, that's what I mean, though. So that doesn't mean we can't see him, but he'll be a lot older, obviously.
Or if they experience time travel in the new movie,
right? Because that's a Star Wars thing.
Could happen. You never know.
No, I was really thrilled with what they showed us. I love the new little droid that it's called BD1 or something like that, which stands for Buddy Droid. So,
nice. I want one of those now.
Well, they were
I want one.
They were joking. Somebody, I think it was the guy who was sort of hosting the show. He said, "I want that as a backpack. Make it happen." A BD1 backpack.
Yeah. Not a lot of there's sports stuff. Battlefield 5 popping into the vault. Some Apex Legends, new character announced. Sims 4.
I watched the Apex Legends stuff. It meant nothing to me because I've never played the game and I know nothing about it.
I've played. It's a battle royale. I
know.
As soon as I hear battle royale, my brain just goes, "No, I'm going to suck at that," and
Right?
I'm not that interested.
Yeah.
Anthem was surprisingly
missing.
Missing from this, and they have a big new thing that they're supposed to be, reviving it with, and
I'm not sure Anthem is. I think Anthem is quite a disappointment,
Listen,
not just for the players, but we enjoyed it. No, we enjoy Anthem, but I don't think EA is impressed.
No, well, I will say my prediction was correct.
Right. You did say by June.
I said, yeah. By June, it will have dropped to under $29 Canadian, and it is currently, I believe, available for $29 Canadian.
Yeah, $29.99. You said it would be $30 by, I believe you said mid-June or by E3. In fact, I think you said by E3 it'll be $30, and you were right. You called it.
Yes. So I mean, and that's the thing, based off of that, and they're still not seeming to give it a lot of love. I think it will end up in the vault soon. This is the problem with an online game like this, that you need players, and the only way to secure players is to get them.
Yeah, absolutely.
By putting it in access and hopefully having them buy expansions or loot or something.
So yeah, not much else at EA. I wasn't really interested in anything else. I actually watched the FIFA stuff.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, but I have no interest in FIFA at all. Like, whatever.
I am not interested in that either. No. Just
okay.
Yeah.
So then Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern, was Microsoft. I was really looking forward to Microsoft, but I think the Microsoft show overall was good.
It was okay.
But it felt underwhelming to me.
That's the exact word, underwhelming. Now, here's the nice thing that I found about this. This is the first time I have watched a Microsoft press conference, and the end result was me saving money.
Yeah, because there's nothing you want to buy?
No, there's lots of stuff I want, but everything had that available with Game Pass.
Oh,
the
right.
logo in the corner. So there's a ton of stuff that I'm really interested in, but because they bought so many studios now, it's all first party,
which is great,
and it's all going to be part of Game Pass now. So like all of the stuff, and they had that awesome deal right now where you pay the $1 and it converts all your existing gold into Game Pass Ultimate. So now I paid $1 and I'm paid up now until next year for Game Pass.
For those of you who don't know, if you pay $1 right now to get Ultimate Game Pass, say if you have your Xbox Gold paid up until say mid next year, or say you just re-upped it for another year, if you pay $1, that will upgrade your entire plan up until next year. Like, right? So if you're wherever your gold ends, that's where your now Ultimate Game Pass will end.
It's actually better than that. What it does is it takes your current gold and your current Game Pass. So if you have and this is what so I had 5 months of gold left.
Yes.
And I had just paid this month's Game Pass thing. So that basically makes 6 months. So it adds that on top. So you've got your total number of gold months left, plus your total number of Game Pass months left, plus the extra one for $1, and that's where you end up with for the Game Pass Ultimate.
Wow.
Which gives you Game Pass on the Xbox, Game Pass on the PC.
Yes.
Plus your gold.
And here's the thing. This in and of itself, for $16 a month Canadian, that is no more expensive. It is the same price as paying the it's actually a little bit cheaper than paying the $12 a month for Game Pass and the essentially $5 a month for gold, right?
It's about $1. It's $1 cheaper.
It's $1 cheaper. And so if you're going to have Game Pass and you've got gold, there is literally no reason not to sign up for Ultimate.
And there's so many games. They dropped 20 on the day of this. They dropped 26 new games into Game Pass as well, including some new first run stuff. Riverbound, some screaming
Riverbound or Riverbond?
Bond.
Okay.
Is it Bond?
You know what? I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
It's River BO and then ends with NT.
Yeah. The Supermarket Shriek is another new one that just popped in the store. Metro Exodus was a game I was interested in and was just on sale, and I was contemplating it, and it popped in there as well. They've added a bunch of stuff. There's tons of stuff in there. Outer Worlds, which is a great new game that's coming, is part of this. Ori and the Will o' the Wisps.
Yep.
So many of these things are coming and that are in Game Pass. I am just excited that like I said, I saved money. Because I was going to be paying Game Pass from now till the end of the year. So that's it saved me $80, $90.
Yeah, exactly. Because you paid $1
Yeah.
And you're good until next January. I think he said, I'm good until I paid $1 too. I did it. I'm good until
you had $1.
I paid $1 and it extended everything right to December of this year.
Yeah.
What a deal. Like, I can't complain for paying an extra $1 and getting extra on top of what I had already paid.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, that's pretty awesome. That is the ultimate Game Pass Ultimate. Honestly, if you're paying for gold and you're paying for Game Pass, there's no reason not to do this, even for the $1, right? You know what? You pay the $1 right now, and even if you don't like it, just cancel before your gold ends.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
And you get the Game Pass for the PC, so there's a lot of games being added on PC that aren't even available on Xbox. So even if you're a PC gamer, this is a good deal.
Yeah, overall, it's a good deal. And again, they showed off a lot of stuff. A lot of their AAA titles, Gears 5, Halo Infinite.
So yeah, I mean, okay. Actually, I want to go back first before we start talking about the games.
Okay, let's go back.
Project Scarlet. They started talking about next year's console.
Yeah,
and
Holiday 2020, which is what we announced or guessed.
Oh yeah, we knew it would be next year. Even when now here's the thing. We talked about PlayStation 5 about 2 months ago. They started talking about the ray tracing, the internal SSD, and faster load times, blah, 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 blah. And what did Project Scarlet come out and say? Faster load times, internal SSD, and ray tracing. And I'm thinking to myself, we heard this exact same message 2 months ago from Sony. You are literally repeating what Sony has already said.
Yeah. So they're making the same. They're making the same console. Which maybe, hey, listen, maybe this is a. They're gonna finally. I know they're not going to, but yeah. I mean, we're gonna get one console maybe, but that's not gonna happen.
That's never gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
But we do know, and we never reported on this because it actually came out the couple of weeks we were away. Yeah. Sony and Microsoft have actually signed sort of a pact or an agreement with each other for advanced technology type thing where they're going to actually share innovations and insight into basically gaming stuff.
Yeah, so which is going to get Sony access to the cloud-based stuff that Microsoft is working on.
Well, I wonder if that's that, or I'm wondering if the reason why the message for Scarlet was very similar to the message for PlayStation is because they are sharing this technology with each other.
Yeah.
Right. So
I would not be surprised that we're going to see that, and you'll see a few exclusives back and forth, but you're basically going to have the same system either way. And Sony's finally lifting their heads out of the sand on the crossplay stuff too.
Exactly. And that's what I'm wondering is happening here is they're preparing for the whole crossplay, cross-generational stuff for the next generation. Sony has mentioned cross-generation. Xbox didn't say that, but I wouldn't doubt if they do it, but I wonder if that's why because you have to think about it. They need to combat Stadia.
Yes.
Right? Both of them need to combat Stadia.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're going to create this big ecosystem where even if you're still loyal to Sony versus loyal to Xbox, you can still play together. Each of them are going to have their exclusives, sure, but the majority of games you're going to be able to play with your friends regardless of what console you're on and have the same performance.
That I'm excited. If we've done this before. Destiny, for example, which is one that just went, cross save at least was just announced.
Yep.
But for you to be able to hop onto your PlayStation 4 and me to be able to hop onto my Xbox and we can load up into the same world and play together.
Same game, exactly.
Same game. That is what I am excited about with this. I'm hoping that is where this is going to go. If it is yet another thing that we guessed correctly, I think that we deserve some sort of free one of everything.
Free everything for us.
Yeah,
free
for
everything.
Life.
Exactly.
Free everything for life.
All right, so let's go through a couple of the games that they announced at Microsoft. The Outer Worlds was early on in the show.
Yep.
This game looks cool. I'm excited for this. I'm intrigued about it. It literally, they announced this, I think, last year or late last
They
year.
They showed this off during their conference last year. The Outer Worlds by Obsidian Entertainment, who obviously made the Fallout New Vegas
That's
game.
right. That's right. And this literally looks and feels like Fallout in space.
Yeah.
Right down to the point where it actually looks like they're using the Fallout engine.
Yeah, it looks fun. I will play the heck out of this. It looks like a fun game to play. It looks like it's got sort of that fun tongue in cheek, humor to it.
Yeah.
It looks pretty. I'm excited about this. Also, Game Pass.
Oh, is this in a Game Pass game?
This is a Game Pass
Oh
game.
my gosh. See? Everything. You pay $1 and you're going to get all these games.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know?
I'm like, that's why I was saying, like, it's the first time, like, this game here, super excited about, and I saw on the little thing available at lots of Game Pass. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
Wow. Fallout in space. I'm all over it. The big thing about this for me, while I say Fallout, it's Fallout or Skyrim, whatever, in space, but it's colorful. It's not dead like a Fallout world.
Yeah, it's got that sort of almost not quite Borderlands flair to it.
Yeah.
It's like a sort of a muted version of the Borderlands sort of vibrancy.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks like they've got some sort of VATS system, that you can slow down during combat. I wonder if that's powers or something you have, but it looks cool. This is a game I will play. Absolutely play this game. Yeah. And I'm not sure if they said when it was coming out.
They did get a release date of September, I believe. I'm not 100%
okay
about that, but yes, it did get October. October.
All right. So it is this year. So it'll come out before my Xbox Game Pass expires.
Yes, and then Ori Will of the Wisps also got a release date of February.
Yeah,
the Ori games. I'm not sure if you've played them.
I played Ori and the Blind Forest. I really loved the look of it. It played well, but it got extremely difficult really quickly.
Yeah, it does get hard. I'm terrible at it, but I still like it. I'm looking forward to the new one play the first 4 levels before I get really mad and turn it off.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You basically get through the training levels, and they're like, "Here you go," and I'm like, "Screw you, I'm done." Cyberpunk 2077. Oh my gosh! And of course, the huge reveal at the end of the trailer was Keanu Reeves looking like, and it was like unmistakably Keanu Reeves, which was incredible. Yeah. And of course, he comes out on stage and does a little thing and announces the date. Was it April 16th next year? I think it was.
Yeah, April next year.
You know what? I'm going to say it right now. It will not be out on April 16th.
No, it probably won't, which is unfortunate, but looks awesome. It looks like Johnny Mnemonic, the video game.
Well, that's probably why they got Keanu Reeves.
Like even the first thing, the guy shows up, it's like, "Do you have the thing?" He's like, "Oh yeah, here's the chip."
Yeah,
which is basically
in his neck. Yeah.
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 I'm like, this is it looks great. What everything we've seen so far, I am excited to play that. I
am too. I mean, it's CD Projekt
August,
right?
August of 2020, maybe.
May, June, July. Yeah, I think couple month delay. I would not put it past them to have a couple months delay. I think it will come out next year.
I think it will too, because they've pushed so far and they don't want it to go into the new console cycle, which is the holiday. So they'll get it out before the new console cycle.
Right, but here's the thing, though. I think it will come out for the current gen, and then we'll re-release for the next gen.
Oh yeah, no, they will have a remastered edition of this. I can almost guarantee that. It's like, hey, we made it look prettier.
I wouldn't call it remaster because it's not a remaster. I think it'll be what they call the definitive edition. Right?
Oh yes, definitive edition with Alex Winters in it as well.
Right. Excellent. So that's great. Cyberpunk, looking forward to that. Gears 5.
Gears 5?
I'm not a huge Gears fan.
I have loved the Gears games going through them, but every one that comes out, I'm less and less interested. I mean, play Gears 5, Game Pass, so yay. happy about that. Get it early and the Ultimate Edition with the Game Pass thing as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yes,
but I'm not like when it comes out, I'll play it. Like that's basically where I'm at with this now. Like when it comes out, I'll play it. I'm not chomping at the bit to get in there.
Did the trailer look really weird to you though? Showing what's her name? I remember her name now. But the whole, it looked like the whole mental stability of her. It was a really weird video, like all these faces and personalities coming out of her. And like, what are you saying? Like, I don't get how is that a Gears game? I don't understand what you're saying. You know?
I think as they release more information about the story, that'll probably hopefully make more sense.
Maybe. And these were new enemies by the looks of it. This didn't look like the same enemies from Gears.
It's not
4.
the Horde. It's something else now. I don't know. We'll see when that comes out. But again, less interested. I'll play it.
Well, it's going to be on Game Pass.
It will be on Game Pass.
Yep.
New mode, the escape mode.
Oh yeah, so you all start, you burst out of this egg, and you have a bomb, basically a bomb that you have to place, and as soon as you place it, you have to get out before it overtakes you, because it's sort of a biochemical bomb that kills the enemies, but the enemies are all attacking you on your way out, so you got to get out, get past them before the actual bomb overtakes you, or the enemies overtake you.
And that's a 3-player mode.
Yeah.
A 3-player co-op mode.
Interesting concept. I mean, it's unique, right?
New stuff is always good.
Yeah.
Like the Horde mode was
that was their thing, right?
That was their thing, and that's in everything now.
Yeah, and this looks like, they're innovating, which is great. I think it's an interesting new mode. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll see how many other people start doing escape modes or whatever they call it,
Yeah. So
what'd you think of the Halo Infinite stuff?
I'll be honest with you, a couple of things. Number one, his armor looked weird for him having been floating out in space.
It was. Did you find the armor super bright?
It was too green.
It was like, why is it so green?
Obviously, this is just a cinematic trailer. It just, I don't know. I'm. It's again another one. Halo. And it's blasphemous, I'm sure to say, but I'll play it when it comes out. I'm not super excited about Halo. Like, I think that the development cycles of these have gone too long, so I'm no longer excited to play. Like, the story, I'm sure it'll be fine, but like the story doesn't really grab me as much, and particularly these early teasers that they do.
I don't really know the story of Halo, because I'm the same way. Sacrilege as it is, I have never finished a single Halo game. I'm not a Halo fan. I'm not a Gears fan. I have played them, and I've never finished one.
I have finished all the Gears games. I have finished all the Halo games. But I'm just, it's like, it seems like all of the stories are like, well, we'll throw something together so we can put out this multiplayer game.
Yeah, I guess.
And I multiplayer is not my thing. I suck at multiplayer. I want a lovely story mission, like some story missions and stuff like that. This may be fantastic. I'm just not excited about it yet.
Yeah. Of course, we don't know anything about it.
We know nothing about it. Like,
nothing.
I'm sure I will be excited about it. This is launching on Game Pass as well for both the current gen and next gen. It is launching the holiday 2020 with the...
And that's... Of course, that is the big thing. This was just a CGI trailer, but it's not even coming. It's going to launch with the next Xbox, whatever it's called. It's Project Scarlet. It's a Project Scarlet launch title.
Yeah.
So who knows what Halo Infinite, and it's not even a number. It's not Halo 6. It's Halo Infinite. What does that mean?
It's 8. It's 8 that fell down.
It's an 8 that fell down. That's right.
Yeah.
But I'm curious why it's Halo Infinite. To me, that signals a change. Like, is it going to be some big open world thing now? Is it a Destiny style thing? Like, what is it? We don't know. I'm curious why it's called Infinite and not 6.
Yeah. mean, we'll see where that one goes. I mean, again, when it comes out, again, that'll be probably out on time with the holiday 2020 release because they've got a console that it's the flagship for.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it is for sure. And that was their big thing, right? When the Xbox launched, 19 years ago, 20 years by the time this new Xbox comes out, 20 years since the original. And of course, the original launched with Halo.
We are old, Sean.
I know, right? And let's finish off Microsoft talk with something I think you're interested in. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Blair Witch kind of came out of nowhere.
That's a random
what is this
thing that's and it showed up on their Steam. So as a Blair Witch it feels like a Resident Evil-esque story, like what they showed. Like you are an investigator going to search the area where the Blair Witch is. I mean, that was a creepy movie when it came out.
Yeah. Yep.
30 years ago?
God, I mean, how long ago was Blair Witch? Where did this game come from all of a sudden?
Yeah.
And why? And why all of a sudden a Blair Witch game? It seems so out of nowhere.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I mean, it looks cool. I don't know what the gameplay is going to be like, but I mean, I'll give it a try. I'm hopeful. I think this one also showed the Game Pass.
I'm not sure if this is Game Pass or not. I don't know who the developer is, but it looks scary as anything. Like
it does. It looks really creepy. I'll be honest with you, the game that I was more excited that they sort of announced was a DLC that comes out in a couple of days.
What was that?
Lego Speed Champions for Forza 4.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I totally forgot.
They built so they took what they did with Hot Wheels before, which was fantastic, and they're like, hey, we can top that. They made the entire
the whole world
out of Lego, and I'm like, I am playing this. This is out on the 13th. Okay. This is out in 2 days.
Did we not call this like a year ago?
I jokingly said this to upset Jeff a number of years ago when we were talking about different Halo stuff. I'm like, they're gonna make a Lego Forza. As a joke to upset him because I was talking about all the different Lego games that we could possibly have.
Yes, and of course Jeff loves Forza.
He loves it, and he's not a fan of my Lego stuff. So I'm. It looks good. It looks fun.
Right? Yes. Not only that, but driving real cars in a Lego world, or Lego cars in the real world,
or both.
Well, yeah, but oh my gosh, like this is going one step further than what 2 years ago when they had the Hot Wheels tracks, which was awesome.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, Lego Forza Horizon, Lego Speed Champions, amazing.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
I'm looking at that again. A couple of days, and that is out. So I'm looking forward to that one. There's a bunch of other games that were announced too. Minecraft Dungeons, Bleeding Edge, which is another battle royale game.
Minecraft, and basically a game made out of Minecraft.
Yeah. Minecraft Dungeons looks like Diablo Minecraft. Bleeding Edge is it's another battle royale.
It's another battle royale. Yeah.
Yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator is making a comeback.
Oh my gosh, can we talk about that for a second?
Oh, sorry, we got to move. Yes, of course we can. That looks awesome.
Oh my gosh, the visuals on Microsoft Flight Sim. When they showed it, I couldn't believe what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Now they says it's powered by satellite data and Azure, I guess the Azure Data Cloud. Yeah. But I remember playing Flight Sim, oh my gosh, like more than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I remember back then, of course, we lived in Hamilton. You live in Hamilton. I used to live in Hamilton. And, oh God, I got to think, it's got to be at least close to 25 years ago that I played this game.
Yeah.
And I remember Hamilton Airport was in it, and it was like, that is so cool. So I started at Hamilton Airport, and I launched, and I flew to Toronto, and I flew over the Sky Dome, over the CN Tower, and then I flew back to Hamilton. And I'm talking 25 years ago. It was stellar.
Yeah, I still have
oh my gosh.
a poster. I still have I have like a case from back when I worked for Microsoft. We were doing promo stuff from like 15 years ago. I still have a Microsoft Flight Simulator poster sitting around.
This is of course going to be on Game Pass because it's Microsoft.
Yep.
I can't wait to play this. Now I don't know. Did they say this was coming to console? I guess it would because this is Xbox.
This is the Xbox thing. This is coming to console. I believe it also is coming to PC.
So it will probably be PC and Xbox, right?
Yeah, it'll be a Play Anywhere title.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for this game. This looks amazing and the gorgeous game. I mean, there's not much to Flight Sim except you get in a plane and you fly.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, whatever. But it's fun.
It's neat. It's a neat idea, and again, it was a beloved title that sort of went away for a long time, and I'm glad it's coming back.
Oh yeah, me too. It's been it's long overdue.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to shoot out a couple more real quick, and then we'll Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. So all 9 movies, more Lego for me, yay. 12 minutes, Fantasy Star Online 2, Crossfire X, Tales of Arise, Elden Ring, which is the George R.R. Martin collaboration.
Yep.
New content for State of Decay 2. The Commander Lilith Borderlands crossover DLC was shown. That's available now and free. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of indies that were shown as well that are all of them had that Game Pass logo on there. So I am excited to be a Game Pass subscriber at the moment because we're getting a lot of stuff.
Agreed. I don't really care about a lot of the stuff that was at the end of the show.
I mean, a lot of the stuff is stuff that it's stuff that I would probably have pressed a button for at some point. So the fact that the button is going to be it's a free button for me to press makes me happier than
it's not free.
The button.
You paid for it.
Well,
you paid $1. You paid $1.
That's true. So, but I'm getting a much better deal on the button presses.
So later that night, we really need to move on. Bethesda. Bethesda came out, and Todd Howard came out and said basically the same thing. I know you want to hear about Starfield and Elder Scrolls, but screw you, you're not going to hear it.
Yep. No.
Basically,
here's some stuff on our.
Here's a bunch of
games.
Doom. Here's a bunch of Doom. Here's a bunch of mobile stuff. Here's whatever. And I was really disappointed with the Bethesda show.
I really was too. So this a couple of years ago was our favorite show, and now we've got Fallout 76. We're like, hey, we realized we screwed up. We're putting NPCs back in the game and turning into something that you like again. Yeah. Please don't hate us that much. Come back and play it some more. Here's some Elder Scrolls Online stuff for you as well. People are still playing that, by the way.
Here's a whole ton of Doom.
Here's a ton of Doom, like 400 minutes of Doom. Here's some mobile games that we're working on because you guys really care about that. The Commander Keen thing I was excited about until it was a mobile game.
Some really weird mobile game.
Yeah, like I played Commander Keen, which was like a side-scrolling action.
You got to admit though, of all the companies that show press releases at E3, Bethesda's the only one that really does a lot of mobile stuff.
They do. I don't want to see it at E3.
Well, true. And I got to tell you, like Elder Scrolls Blades, which is coming out for everything, of course, because it's Elder Scrolls and it comes out on your refrigerator. I can't even log into the game now. I was playing it. I went to log into it the other day because they said, log in now to get a special treat of some kind. I'm like, cool. Yeah. I launch it on my phone. It says log in. So I put in my username, my password, which I know is correct because I've logged into it online. Yeah. Bethesda.net. I hit login and nothing happens.
Yeah, they have a broken system for a lot of this stuff. So the stuff that they announced that was newish, I mean, Doom was newish. Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is played in Nazi-occupied France, and you're playing as the
twin daughters.
The twin daughters, so it is a co-op experience, the twin daughters of BJ Blazkowicz.
Yep.
Look cool, look neat, but it doesn't look anything different than any of the other games.
No, it looks like Wolfenstein. I mean, for Wolfenstein, it's Wolfenstein, for sure. Yeah. If you're a fan of Wolfenstein, you're going to want to play it because it's more Wolfenstein, for sure.
Some Rage.
It's killing Nazis, and who doesn't want to kill Nazis?
Yeah, exactly. Rage 2, they showed some DLC stuff. Like, they showed the DLC, whatever, like a billion times that they're coming out with more DLC stuff. I played that game before. We'll talk about that next week when we show some footage of that. Deathloop actually looks kind of interesting. This is by the guys who did the Dishonored series.
Deathloop is, yes, this is by Arcane. And so I was, I perked up because I'm a Dishonored fan, not so much Dishonored 2, but, I'm a fan of them. And this game looks so intriguing.
I know this. I want this to be what I want this to be. I don't know what I want it to be, but I know I don't want it to be a battle royale.
No, this seems to be, I'm wondering if this is a 1v1, just a versus game. But this seems to be weird where, like the title says, Death Loop. So every time you die, you start again at the beginning of wherever you were, it seems. And there's these two characters, I guess opposites of each other, who are trying to kill each other, and each time they succeed, the person they killed resets their time loop.
Yeah.
But, I mean, awesome concept, and it looks like there's powers involved, a la, like, Dishonored.
Yes.
Look like they have, like, a blink power. It's a shooter, but what is it? I want to know more about this. This looks so intriguing. I really want to know more. And that
I want to know more as to what this is. It looks really cool. I'm hoping it's got like some sort of a single player story involved in all of this, and you can pick whichever side. Like maybe two simultaneous single player campaigns where you can pick which side you want to do and play through the campaign that way. I don't. That would be neat. It is pretty. Pretty neat. I like the look of it, the concept. I like the guys who are doing it. I'm hoping it turns out well.
Me too. It looks so cool. The other game that looks absolutely incredible, and I love how they describe it. And I'm trying to remember what game they made. Oh, The Evil Within, folks.
Okay, that was another creepy game.
Ghostwire Tokyo is a mystery. Now, they said it's going to be a little bit sort of creepy, but not like horror.
Yeah.
And it is a mystery about, basically Thanos' snap.
Yeah.
Is essentially what they're saying here.
This is Avengers Tokyo.
Right.
This is basically after the snap. In Tokyo, people all disappear.
People just suddenly disappear, and I guess you're investigating, trying to figure out what happened.
Yeah, and so like it looks like you are like Hawkeye's character Ronin.
Yeah, right?
You show up with your bow and arrow in there and just start hacking people up. And it looks creepy. It looks cool.
Well, here's what's creepy about it. In the trailer, when you watch it, there are these creatures. And you actually see a point where, I don't know, maybe only your character can see them. But they walk and they actually touch someone. And when they touch someone, that person disappears.
Yeah.
And so it looks like you're fighting whatever these creatures are, and maybe you're the only one who can see them.
Yeah, and then there's these creepy guys with the hats that look like they're from Big Trouble in Little China.
And that's what I'm talking about. They're the ones making people disappear.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be sort of that, who are they? Where'd they come from? Why are they doing this? And you're hunting them.
Yeah, it's got some really cool Japanese imagery.
I mean, it takes place in Tokyo, so of course, right? The trailer is actually brilliantly done. It's a brilliant looking trailer.
Yeah. I want to play this game. It looks well done. I want more information, and then I want it to be playing on my console now.
Yeah, I kind of like the tagline for it. Don't fear the unknown, fight it.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that's called Ghostwire Tokyo. A lot of games announced this year were like coming out in 2020.
Yeah.
It's like,
which we know is 2021.
Right. Like, okay, are you not going to show us anything we'll have this year? Like, seriously, a few things later this year, but a lot of things are being announced for early next year. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what's coming out in 2019,
I
people?
want to play some games. Give us some stuff for this holiday.
So Bethesda, of course, did more stuff about their Elder Scrolls Online. Elsewhere is just released. I'm hoping to jump in and play some Elsewhere on Elder Scrolls Online. But you know what? For the most part, I felt the Bethesda stream was really boring. Like, I was not excited about anything they talked about, save those two games, Ghostwire and Deathloop. That's it.
I mean, those are the only two for me as well.
And those aren't even Bethesda games. Those are Bethesda like third-party studios. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, Bethesda. Really, at this point, all I care about is Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, and we knew they weren't going to talk about them.
Yeah.
You know, and we don't even know when they're coming. We know nothing about them, and I don't even think we're going to know anything about them next year.
No, I think that we're probably 2 years away from just hearing details on that. They'll start
About
off next year's
Starfield.
conferences. We know you want to hear about this stuff.
Yeah.
But we've got some stuff on mobile that we want to talk about.
Well, here's the thing. Starfield is first, and then Elder Scrolls 6. So, Elder Scrolls 6 is so far in the future, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like, come on, people. Before my tattoo wears off. All right. Ubisoft.
Yeah, so now we move to the Monday.
Ubisoft, 4 p.m. I didn't get to watch it live, so I missed a bit of the pre-show. You saw the pre-show, I believe, right?
I saw bits of the pre-show, which this is a weird thing that they did. So during the pre-show, they were talking about Assassin's Creed Odyssey and a couple of the new modes they had, and this was pre-show. This is content I think should have been in the actual show, I suppose. Like, they spent time talking about the Division movie
right
during the show, which it's cool, but like not at E3.
Right? Division movie now by Netflix. Okay,
And
great.
like 5-6 minutes with Rog McElhenney about TV show that they're doing called Mythic Quest.
Oh, right.
That
right.
that Ubisoft consulted on, like,
Which I will watch because it's an
course.
it's an office style show.
It's an office style show from the makers of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It looks like it's going to be amusing, but like that's not what we needed at E3.
But is it going to be good enough to warrant a season 2? That's the big question.
Who knows? I mean, looking at the cast of the show, Rob McElhenney, who I like from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Danny Pudi's
Pudi's in it, which I'm excited for.
So, although his last show didn't do so well.
I was going to say Danny Pudi was also in the what was it called with the superheroes? I can't remember what it was called now. Powerless.
Nope.
You know?
Nope. Wasn't Powerless, was it?
I'm pretty sure it was Powerless.
Could have been Powerless.
They basically lived in a DC world, right? They had to clean up after. Anyway, Danny Pudi was in that, but he couldn't save that show.
No, Alan Tudyk was in that as well. I really enjoyed that
and Vanessa Hudgens.
It was a lot of fun. I was disappointed that actually got canceled because I actually found that to be fun. But this is not that show.
No.
Anyways, they spent time on that. But anyways, at the pre-show, they talked about the 2 new modes for Assassin's Creed Odyssey: Discovery Tour, which we've seen in the previous game.
That's right.
Which was really cool. It's a no combat tour of Greece.
Historical Greece. You're gonna learn about real historical Greece.
And we actually asked about this at the launch party, if you recall. We asked if they were going to be doing something similar to this, and they said, wait and see. And clearly we've waited, and now we've waited,
and now we've seen.
Now
I know why you're excited for it.
More achievements,
More
probably.
achievements.
And just walking around and listening to stuff, learning and achievements. That's what I'm excited about.
I will admit I did enjoy the Discovery Tour from Origins.
Yeah, it was well done, and it was cool because you really see the effort they put into building this universe that you're running around.
But you could also interact with the world. Like in Origins, you could play as Layla. Like you could choose any character to walk around, right? Yeah. So I chose Layla to make it look like I was a modern day person walking through an actual tour. But you could sit down at a clay wheel and she would start doing pottery. Like it was totally interactive. It was so cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how that plays out. And then they also announced for Odyssey the Story Creator mode, which is
cool.
available now
in beta. It's available now in beta. Yeah. So online, you can create your own missions and stories and share them to anyone playing the game, and they're free to download. to anyone who plays the game, who owns the game. Like you go in and you can choose scenarios, you can choose the type of mission, and you can choose dialogue choices. You can have branching stories. You can create your own, like it's called story creator mode. And this sounds so cool. I can't wait to actually jump in and play some. I'm going to try to create one, see what it's like to create one and then play it. But what a way to extend the life of an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, without having to write your own stories, just to put that in the hands of the...
Yeah, and I got to wonder how it's going to work. Especially with dialogue. Like, it can't be voice dialogue.
No, or it's either that or they have a ton of pre-rendered... No, it's good.
I don't know, maybe they got certain words you can choose from and it'll just put them all together.
It'll just be Malaka a whole bunch of times.
Malaka, that's right. It'll be like a computer reading your text, right?
Yeah. Dr. Spezzo.
Yeah. So that all happened before their show.
Yes.
And then the show started off with the biggest bang of any game I have ever experienced with Watchdogs Legion.
This is awesome. I'm just glad they didn't start with Just Dance again.
Oh, me too. Actually, no, my apologies. They didn't start with... They actually started with the Assassin's Creed Orchestra.
Oh, the symphony, yes.
Which was awesome. Loved it.
Yes.
And they're going on tour. But Watch Dogs. I loved Watch Dogs 2. I loved the first one to a point. I didn't finish it. Loved Watch Dogs 2. Completed it completely. It was amazing, the differences. Watch Dogs Legion? Chico, holy crap.
I am so excited for this at this point. Like, it looks so good. They showed us gameplay. They showed like the fact that you start off and they've started off with this thing where they're showing us gameplay and they show us this character.
Yep.
Who is basically Vinnie Jones.
And I'm thinking this is our new character.
This is our new character. This is basically Vinnie Jones in anything Vinnie Jones has ever done. It's a big burly bald guy in downtown London. Yeah. And
love the accent, love the word, the talk, very London-esque, you know what I mean?
The swagger he's got with the walk, he's got that character in that, and then you get
the OMG moment.
Yeah, this guy, your character doesn't make it. He dies.
The OMG moment is the character dies, but it's permadeath. That character is dead. Now you have to recruit people in the world, and you've now switched to another character in another part of London and have to continue the quest you were working on. Okay? But now with someone else. This game, literally, every character, every person in the game is a character you can play.
You can recruit. So there is a recruitment mission that you have to do to get them.
You have to go through, their what they call their origin story.
Yes, which so
what?
I am super excited about this. Like, there's the early on mission here. You need somebody who's good with drones.
Yes.
So you have to find somebody, and you go around and you're scanning people. It's like, hey, this guy's a drone expert. I gotta get this guy, and so your guy basically sacrifices himself to get this guy to sign him up. I love the look of this. I love the masks are so cool too. Like the personalization of the masks.
I'm wondering if those will be customizable for each character. You'll choose what mask they wear.
Yeah, I imagine you'll be able to pick out your own masks and stuff like that. But man, am I excited about this.
I could not believe what I was watching. When I realized that whatever character they're playing, if you die, you are dead. You can't get him back. So you either be really careful or have a lot of recruits that you can switch to. But what is so amazing to me is that everybody in the city can be recruited.
I love after your permadeath and they switch to the second character, the fact that it is an old woman.
It's a grandmother.
Basically a former British spy, like from the movie Red, Retired and Dangerous.
Yes.
Like this old British woman, and she is your new character, and she's, elderly, so she's crawling along, walking slow.
Yep.
She's an old woman, and she's doing the same same sort of stuff, but you're playing that character, and it looks like it feels entirely differently from the first character you're playing as.
Yep. as you scan people, every person you scan has stats.
Yeah.
So you can read if it's the person you want to, if they have a skill, what is their skill. There's still the typical Ubisoft humor in it.
Yeah.
So one of the guys in this demo, one of the guys he scanned was like chance to spontaneously die or something.
Yeah, he was a stuntman. Chances he'll spontaneously die.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. I cannot wait. Like, I love Watch Dogs, but I was blown away by this demo. Absolutely blown away. It was almost mind-boggling what they're doing here. The fact that you don't have a single character, right?
Yeah.
Everybody in this world is a character that's playable.
And it's seemingly you've got like a unique personalities per character too.
There's got to be. I mean, there's probably going to be a limit to how many personalities or how many jobs there are per se. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there can't be unlimited. Obviously, like if there's a drone expert, there's probably like 100 drone experts out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I gotta wonder how random. Like, are these characters literally random, but you can still recruit them? They've got to be randomly made. I don't know. It's just I'm kind of mind boggled at how they're doing this.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is a March 2020 release.
Yeah.
I am excited to get my hands on another Watch Dogs. It looks great. It was leaked. The information was leaked a little bit beforehand, but even with it being leaked ahead of time, this blew me out of the water.
Yeah, I was
what I was expecting.
Fortunately, I was not watching the leaks or anything, so I was pleasantly surprised with Watchdogs Legion, and I thought, what a way to start the show. You know, first of all, I loved the orchestra at the beginning because huge Assassin's Creed fan, but what a way to jump in with Watchdogs Legion. Now, they talked a lot of stuff at Ubisoft. There was a lot of stuff I actually didn't really care about. You've mentioned a couple. They talked about the Division and where Division is going. They talked about the Division movie. They talked about a new TV show. They talked, again, more about the new Ghost Recon Breakdown? No. Breakpoint, which is great. And John Bernthal came out. Which was awesome. Seeing him, he came out and talked a bit
with his dog.
And so he had to one up Keanu Reeves from Microsoft, and bring out a dog with him. Surprising that John Wick usually has a dog. So where was John Wick's dog? Anyway, that was great. But again, we've seen all that already. They didn't show anything new, which was a little disappointing.
Yeah, they showed some stuff with the Terminator DLC stuff, which is 3 different games are getting Terminator stuff. Gears of War.
What?
Gears of War is getting a Terminator pack, Breakpoint, and something else is getting a... probably Mortal Kombat, I think, or something like that is getting a Terminator DLC.
Mortal Kombat. I think we're going to see Terminator everywhere. Roller Champions. They announced something called Roller Champions, which is basically roller derby. I don't know. It's arena fighter.
What's that car game? I forget now. The car game. All of a sudden, my brain. The one, the car game.
Oh, with the soccer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rocket League.
It's
Rocket League on rollerblades.
Oh, I think that's kind of cool.
It is a free to play.
Yep.
So again, another free game. Yay.
Next year.
Next year. Yep.
Gods and Monsters. This kind of came out of nowhere as well.
This was, there's no leak on this. This one here just popped out. This looks
beautiful.
Fantastic.
Cartoon-like game, but beautiful.
It looks like a Breath of the Wild, sort of like Zelda.
It really does.
Type feel to it.
Yep.
But it looks prettier.
Now, this is also by the creators of Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yes, and you can see that there's a lot of Greek mythos in this. Your character sort of looks like a...
well, that is what it is. It's based on the Greek mythology. So instead of doing the Greek history, they're playing with Greek mythology now.
Yeah.
Right? So you're actually fighting the gods and monsters. And love the look of it. Love the style. You know what this reminds me of, actually, is... It kind of reminds me of... the Eagle Flight VR game.
Yeah.
That's kind of the look and feel of it.
And the pretty colors to it, and it's almost like they've melded that with like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
And the awesome
You know
mythology
what?
in that.
I'm in. I'm in for the ride.
Done.
Made by Assassin's Creed creators. I'm in. You got me already. And I think that was pretty much it for Ubisoft, except for one thing they announced, which I'm torn on as a huge Ubisoft fan. I'm really torn on this. But I'm going to tell you why. I'm torn on it for a couple reasons. They announced Uplay Plus, a subscription service for a 100+ backlog of games, Ubisoft games.
Ubisoft titles, the ultimate editions of everything.
But no indication whether new games would come to it or not. I can't remember.
Oh no, they did.
They
did say that. Yeah,
new games would be included.
We'll launch on this as well.
So subscription service for PC.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd love to see it on console. But PC and Stadia.
Yes.
Only Stadia. What I'm concerned about is that Stadia is coming out $15 a month or whatever it is, 12.
Yeah.
Maybe it's even 12. I can't remember. Or you can do Stadia base, but you don't get 4K, you get 1080 and you have to buy games. But here's my issue. So now they're going to start allowing all these different companies to come out with subscription services. It's turning into cable TV for gaming. So you get Stadia as your delivery mechanism, but then you subscribe to Uplay Plus, and maybe now you subscribe to EA Access, which gives you the Vault. Then you subscribe to, I don't know, Activision or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that is going to add up fast.
Yeah, you're now talking hundreds of dollars a month in subscription fees if you want all of these things.
Right.
I would, again, I'm not a huge PC gamer. When I say not huge, I mean I don't think I've played a game on PC in like 15 years.
I don't think your computer could play a game, could it?
My computer's struggling with Skype right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you seem to be back. You seem to be okay now.
It seems to be back right now. So, I mean, so to me, this on that, like on Stadia, maybe, but I would love them. Here's what I would like. I'm going to say this because sometimes when we say things on this show, it happens.
Oh, no, we've proven time and time again when we want something.
I'm going to put this out there into the universe. I would love for Ubisoft to get together with Microsoft and say, hey, we've got this Uplay Plus thing. We would love to bundle it with Game Pass. And you pay your Game Pass Ultimate plus $5 or something like that.
Right.
Uplay added into that.
Oh my gosh,
have
dude.
Some sort of ultimate, cooperative bundle thing and make that happen so I can get this on consoles.
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Plus.
Yes.
Oh, dude, you've said it right there, right here.
So it's in the universe now.
Yep.
This is like one of those vision board things.
June 11th, 2019. You heard it here first, right here on the OMG Hour. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Plus is going to have, for an extra $5 a month, you're going to have Ubisoft Uplay and bundled in.
$7 in Canada.
Right. Actually, I think more exactly.
But still, I would pay that. I would pay that to add that on top of my Game Plus.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, dude.
The coolest thing ever if they could do that. If anybody important actually listens or watches our show, make that happen.
The reason why I'm torn, the second reason being I love Ubisoft. And I would love to have access to all their games, especially their past games, because and I can play games on PC, but they've got old games. But they've also got games I've always been interested in, like the Anno series, that I've just never played, right? And it's like, oh, I would love to just jump in and play all these games that I've never had and always been interested in. But I don't know, man, for like $15 a month, and
it adds up.
It does. It adds up.
Because you're talking, $17 a month for Game Pass, $15 a month for that, $12 a month for
$15 for Stadia.
Yeah, for Stadia, plus your $12 for Netflix.
Right, exactly. Oh, we forgot to mention earlier that Stadia Founders Pack for $170 also includes 3 months of Stadia Pro, which is basically a $45 value, plus 3 months of Stadia Pro for a friend, which is another $45 value. Like, it's not a bad deal ultimately for $170.
It's a good deal.
But is it worth it? Is it? I don't know. Like, we don't know what the library is. That's the problem.
Yeah,
you know.
I think that's what we need to see. Is we need to see a library.
Yeah.
Before making a decision on that.
2 more shows happened. I think we're going to get through them pretty quick because they were really not worth much talking with. Square Enix was last night. You watched sports instead.
I watched the basketball game until I cried.
Oh, I heard.
Yes.
I heard. I'm sorry. So still one more game left? Or
there's it's a best of 7 series and they are through 5 games. So they play on Thursday.
They still only need 1 game to win, though, right?
They only one to win, and hopefully it's on Thursday. Because if they go to a game 7 on Sunday, like I like my office. So here's what happened. So I watch these games.
Are we actually talking sports now?
Yeah, for like a brief second. It's. But I get so anxious I can't sit down. So I actually I dusted, cleaned, put away, and folded laundry while watching this thing. And then like the game ended. They lost by 1.
Oh my
gosh.
Some
bonehead plays at the end. It's the whole other thing. And so then like, and I couldn't sleep. I got to bed at like 3:30 in the morning by the time
you were that devastated by the Raptors losing.
It wasn't devastated. It's just like as you're watching it, you know how your body creates all.
It was
these,
adrenaline.
Like, adrenaline and everything like that. Like I couldn't sleep. I'm like just
All right. Well, hopefully
Anyways,
Thursday night. All right.
I did not miss. I did not watch this one, but I did see like the highlights.
Okay, so I got to tell you right now, Square Enix went for about an hour and a half.
Yep.
They spent 25 minutes on Final Fantasy VII Remake. 25 minutes. Okay, the most of that was because, of course, a lot of the developers for Square Enix are from Japan. So they bring the developers or the directors, the game directors, and they bring them here, which is great. But they have to have a translator because they don't speak English well enough to present.
So you're doubling the presentation time.
You are doubling the presentation time right off the bat because first he has to talk, and then the translator, and then he talks again, and then the translator. And sure, I'm excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Loved what I'm seeing. But I don't know if you needed to spend 25 minutes on one game. You know?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, they didn't have a ton of other stuff. This is the thing. We've got like some HD remasters.
But that's just it. It was the rest of the conference was boring.
DLC, HD remasters, Outriders by People Can Fly, which is the guys who did Bulletstorm.
That looked pretty good. That looked really good.
A co-op shooter. That looks kind of neat. Another remaster, Final Fantasy VIII.
Yep. Yeah. Remaster, not remake.
No, remaster.
No.
And then we did get to see the Marvel Avengers.
Finally, at the very, very end, we see Marvel Avengers. What are your first thoughts?
All right, so my first thoughts on this, I still don't know what it's about.
No, we don't. We don't even know what kind of game it is.
No, like I don't know what kind of game. Like, is it like an Anthem type game where you're playing these characters running around and flying around and doing stuff?
Is it Destiny? Like what is it?
Yeah. We know it's an online game. I was a little thrown off by the look of the characters because.
Oh my gosh! Can we talk about that for a second?
Like, yeah, so you've got your characters and they show up and it's, you know, it's weird. It's like random actors playing. It feels like knockoff.
It's a knockoff Avengers movie.
It feels like a knockoff Avengers movie. I mean, they've taken the characters and they've gotten different face model. I don't know what the word for that is off the top of my head. But like the face models and everything like that for them that they're using are obviously not the actors from the movie.
Right.
And it looks weird because of that. Because it looks so much like the movie. Like, it looks like a realistic sort of thing. And you're thinking, like, this should be, you know, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans. But it's like...
It's like, who are you?
It's like their stunt double showed up.
Yeah, exactly.
And are there. Like, Tony Stark looks totally weird.
Oh my gosh, looks... Yeah, they look wrong. The characters look wrong.
And it's only because of our expectations of the characters, because this looks like it fits into the MCU universe sort of thing.
I get it. I get why they got to make it their own. It is not the MCU. I get it. It's just weird. I mean, I got to be honest. The same thing happened with Spider-Man PS4. He doesn't look like Tom Holland, but the game is still really well done. You know? But I don't know. There's some weird decisions being made here. Like Captain America has like body armor, which is like that doesn't look like his armor. I don't know. It looks weird. I think for me the biggest one that throws me off is Black Widow. It's like I really wanted her to look like Scarlett Johansson. You know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It is strange. Not seeing them as the MCU characters, but I get it. They can't do that. Imagine the licensing fees. Yeah,
like they obviously they can't do that. So there's a story involved in this. Tony's hair looks really weird in this scene. Like he's got like some sort of weird afro going on. It's odd. Anyway, it's a Marvel thing. I don't know what the gameplay is going to be like. That's what I really wanted to see. I wanted to see what is the gameplay going to be like.
Agreed.
Agreed. I know that there was a teased image of this with Spider-Man in it, and the speculation is that this is part of the same universe as the Insomniac Spider-Man game.
No, that was just a theory. What they're saying, that comes from a note you find in Spider-Man 4, or Spider-Man for PS4. There's a note. So when he takes a picture of things that you're supposed to take a picture of, he makes a comment. So when you take a picture of Avengers Tower in New York, he makes a comment saying, "Oh, it's too bad they're not here. They're off in the West Coast doing something." And this game takes place on the West Coast as they're opening up West Coast Avengers Tower, and then all hell breaks loose. The city's destroyed. They're blamed. And it was just speculation. Wouldn't it be cool if? But that was literally they're taking that one little dialogue from Spider-Man and saying, "Oh, it's in the same world," but no, it's not really.
Well, then, yeah. All right, then. I want more information on this. I am interested in playing this. I am looking forward to it, even with the weird-looking characters. I hope that you get to... Like, I don't necessarily want to play as the Avengers, to be honest with you. I want to play as...
They did say you could. They will have more characters that will be free for everyone. So they're gonna continually add more characters. Here's the thing. The stuff they talked about afterwards, continuing the adventure for years to come, adding story, adding characters, like opening more stuff up, sounds to me like it's going to be a Destiny-style game.
Yeah. But then how do you do that with 400 Captain Americas?
Right? I don't know. Right? And how do you just decide every day, I'm going to be this character today?
Yeah.
How does that... We need more. We really need more.
Yeah, I want some more information. Make it so. Somebody get me that information.
Yeah.
So I know. I mean, I'm excited about it. I just don't know what I'm excited about yet.
Agreed. So that was Square Enix. I found it really boring. Final Fantasy VII. I enjoyed the beginning with Final Fantasy VII. Got to a point where it was like, okay, would you just move on already? I've seen enough. And then at the very end, they did Marvel Avengers, and that was like everything in between was just like, I don't care.
You know that term, the crap sandwich.
It was a crap sandwich. Yeah, absolutely. That's... Nintendo was today. They did a Nintendo Direct. Two things came out of that kind of excited me. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the complete edition, is coming to Switch. That's pretty exciting. Cool. And
I'm also excited about that. I'm a fan of the Witcher games. I was agreeing with you. I know it's weird, but it happens.
It is weird when that happens. But biggest announcement, still not enough information. I get like this whole E3 was like, I want more. I think the whole thing about E3 this year was awesome. I still don't know what your game is. Right?
They just want to tease. They just want to tease. Everybody's teasing about everything.
Animal Crossing New Horizon has finally been, unveiled.
Revealed.
Unveiled. So new Animal Crossing coming to the Switch. This time looks like you're on a deserted island that you're going to build up. And it shows your character building a camp and campfire. And so, again, great. Yes, it's Animal Crossing. Looks great. I'm excited. I love Animal Crossing. My whole family loves Animal Crossing. My daughter Aria wants to buy a Switch just for Animal Crossing because she's that excited for this game, you know. And I guarantee you, Animal Crossing will sell Switches. Right?
So here's something about me. I have never played Animal Crossing.
I am so sorry to hear that.
I have never played a single one of these games. Not once, not ever. I've never played Harvest Moon. I've never played Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing is sort of a Harvest Moon light, I would say. There's less... Okay. Although this one looks like they've added crafting, which is interesting. So they've added more stuff to it, but it's just a life sim. You just have fun. You go do stuff, catch stuff, build stuff, you know. You design your town, essentially.
I'm not doing good with the life I'm trying to work without simming it.
Right? But yeah, I believe they announced it again for 2020, March 20th, 2020.
Yeah.
Is there anything coming out this year, people? Anything at all?
Probably not much. I mean, like I'm looking, there's a few things that are like late. Yeah, no, next year. Like there's Rebellion announced a couple of sniper games.
Sniper Elite VR.
Yeah, and the Zombie Army 4,
Yep.
Dead War were announced. I'm just like scrolling through some of these things. Darksiders has a top-down isometric Diablo-style game coming.
That's right. I saw that. Yep.
What is it? Destroy All Humans remake.
Ugh. I've never played that game. It never looked interesting.
It was fun and funny. It's sort of very 1950s tongue-in-cheek funny. I mean, I don't necessarily know if it needed a remake, but my feelings on remakes and remasters. So
you just want more achievements.
Yeah.
So can we move? So last week, of course, we missed our show. We were going to talk about what we were hoping for at E3.
Yes.
And I'm going to say right now, it's hilarious when we look at our list, yours and mine.
None.
Absolutely
zero
items on our list were even talked about.
Oh, wait. Technically, I didn't put the 6 next to Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. So I was hoping to hear more about Dragon Age 4.
Yeah.
I was hoping to hear about Elder Scrolls 6, which we then found out, don't worry, and Starfield. So I got both of those. Bethesda was like, well, screw you. Don't even think about it.
Yeah.
And Splinter Cell. Why? Why Ubisoft? Why is there no Splinter Cell announcement? Come on.
Make the game. They dropped all the backwards compatible Splinter Cell games on Xbox.
Oh my gosh. And they're throwing Sam Fisher into a bunch of stuff. It's like, do you realize we're not the only ones who want a new Splinter Cell, people?
It's not just us. Maybe we need to put it out there. Maybe we didn't put it out there before we didn't do the show in time. This is our fault.
Right. And then what were your 4?
So I had Splinter Cell as well.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls 6 as well. Kingdoms of Amalur. I was hoping when THQ Nordic had said that they were announcing some stuff, they are the ones that picked up the Kingdoms of Amalur license. I was hoping for a new game or a remaster of that one, which I absolutely loved.
That would be awesome.
Then, I was hoping Ubisoft was going to show us like a tease of
next year,
Assassin's Creed's Ragnarok or whatever they're going to be calling their Viking themed.
It would have been nice, but I think it would have taken away from Odyssey right now, because they're still working on Odyssey. They're still coming out with stuff. I get it. I would have loved it too, but I think really that is a story for next year.
It probably is, but I just would have loved some sort of I don't know, a teaser or how they show up at the end where it's just an assassin.
An assassin with a Viking helmet on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just something.
And then 2020. That's it.
2030, whatever they're going to put on it. Yeah,
right.
2020. I would have liked to see something about that. Obviously,
Yep.
We did not have a single thing announced that we had on our list.
Nothing. Not a single thing we were hoping for got announced. Some nice surprises. So, final thoughts. I think the top announcement for me personally is Watchdogs Legion. That just it blew me away.
That one there is the one I am the most excited about. I'd say the two things that my biggest takeaways: Watchdog Legions and the amount of free crap I'm going to get out of Game Pass.
Right, and Star Wars, of course, I'm excited for as well.
Yes, yeah.
I did, like I said earlier, I felt like this whole show was like, here's a bunch of games that are coming next year, but we're still not going to tell you much about them.
Like here's some teaser. Like it's a
all
lot. Here's
teasers.
cinematic trailers and teasers, and hey, we're working on something. Maybe come back next year and we'll tell you about it.
Well, even Nintendo literally said we're the sequel to Breath of the Wild is in development. Like, okay, I could have told you that.
Yeah. Like, oh, the game that sold billions of copies, you're making another one?
What? Oh, I know.
Surprising.
Yeah. What surprise. Surprise, yeah. I felt it weird there was no Sony. You know,
well, I mean, when you think about it, there was technically at E3, there was no Sony conference, there was no EA conference, there was no Microsoft conference, and there was no Bethesda conference, because those all happened technically before E3 started.
they always, I don't know what you're going on about. They always happen before.
Like it's everybody sort of separating themselves from the event. EA
It's been years, but it's been years like that. I'm saying it felt really weird to have no Sony press conference this year.
Yeah,
None.
you'd think that they would have at least had like their state of play thing, like, you know, on Saturday or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So that felt weird. Overall, though, your thoughts?
I'm glad that we have this avenue as fans of gaming. I'm glad that we get to see this stuff. I don't feel like normally you come out of these things feeling like I'm super pumped about this, but because of the wait for all of these things, like we're probably going to have another E3 before a lot of these things are even released.
Right? Yeah, we're going to see them again next year.
Yeah, like so I'm less excited because I'm like the I don't know, it's like, you know, like the day after Christmas. You know, it's like, well, you're going to get some cool stuff in a year from now. Like
right.
I don't know, it just feels like the wait is amplified.
Yeah.
You know, on all these things.
Yes, I agree. Favorite press conference?
I'm gonna have to go with Ubisoft. The Legion really stood out for me.
Yeah, I am. I'm right there with you. Ubisoft, I think, was my favorite. It had a lot of good stuff. Like, I'm not saying I was excited about everything, but they had some great stuff. I think they had. It's a toss up for me between Ubisoft, and I think a close second is Microsoft.
Yeah,
you know?
I'd say like Microsoft also showed a lot of stuff, not necessarily stuff that I'm super as pumped about, but
right.
I'm glad that I'm going to be getting a chance to play a lot of that stuff. They had a lot of content,
yes.
And I think that they may have had too much content and less focal points because of that.
Yeah.
Which it sort of muddies the water a bit on the Microsoft, which is why like Legion really is what stands out for me as the biggest
absolutely
one.
Legion stands out huge for me. So Ubisoft is my favorite for this year. Yeah. Microsoft close second, and then, you know, Bethesda and Square Enix are like, why did you even show up? Like, I was disappointed in those. Yeah. So that is pretty much our thoughts on E3 2019. So we'll, of course, be back next week. This show is this week and last week. It covers. Friday. That's why we went longer. We got to give you 2 shows in one.
Exactly.
So if you are not watching us on YouTube, of course, check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/OMG Nexus. And when we get back into a regularly scheduled show, we're going to have some more second degrees of translation. So send us some of yours if you'd like. And you can follow me everywhere at Ziantane. That is XIANTAYNE. You can follow this show on Twitter at the OMG Hour. Give us a like, subscribe, comment, and hit the little bell icon. You'll get notified when we go live.
All right, you can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Second Place. And the other 5 degrees of translation that Sean did mention. You said second degree of
Did I say second? 7? I meant 7.
7. We have 7 of them, not 2.
Oh my gosh,
7.
Second? So I don't know what I'm... It's a long show, Tico.
It's been a long show. You misplaced 5 whole degrees.
Apparently, because it's been that long since we've done one.
True.
All right, thanks everybody for joining us for episode 330. We'll be back next week.
Bye, guys.
This has been an OMGNexus.com production.